3, 2, 1.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey guys.
What's up, everybody? It's the Nomad Brad and my business partner, Connor Boyland. Woo! Yes, and we've got a really exciting presentation tonight for you, and we're also going to do a Q&A where we'll answer your questions. So feel free to hang out in the chat. We're going to keep questions to the end of the presentation, but we are really excited to share this with you. We've got a amazing little sequence that we've discovered that has worked really, really well for us in email marketing, and we want to share it with you and tell you more about it. Connor's going to be talking a lot about it. If you don't know, he's an expert email copywriter. He's worked for a lot of really big clients and now runs his own very successful list. 2, I guess, now.
Yeah.
And I'm a affiliate marketer and paid traffic expert. Connor's copywriter, email expert. So we're going to share this method that's worked really, really well for both of us in both of our businesses. And it's kind of like, it's a revolution, but it's also, you know, kind of an old school thing. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out if I can share my screen here on this live.
Interesting.
I might not be able to switch out of this.
So we're going live at the same, bear with us here. We're going live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and we've never done that. So I'm gonna check out.
I think I gotta start sharing the screen.
Okay.
I'm gonna end and restart real quick.
All right, cool. So yeah, if you have questions, just feel free to ask them in the chat, and we can handle them later. But in the meantime, we're going to be talking about some cool email marketing strategies that you probably haven't heard before and that work extremely well.
Yep. So
we're going live in Facebook here on Connor's computer.
Yep.
If you're in our Facebook group, then you can watch on either YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah, welcome. So we just want to tell you real quick about this email sequence, how it's working for us, how we figured it out, where it came from, and really how it's changed our entire email marketing strategy for 2019. So Brad already introduced us. He already told you guys we've created a lot of Clickbank offers. We've been working together a long time. We are email copywriters, affiliates, proud marketing nerds. We started a business together called RebelFortune, where we teach marketing skills to other people like us, all you guys watching, guys and gals. And late last year, we launched a product called the Email Ignition Formula, which is like our whole email business system. So this is a little different from that. This is going to be a simple email sequence that we're using right now. We kind of stumbled upon it a few months ago, and we've been testing it, fine-tuning it, and it's going to allow you to build a lot of trust with your list. It's going to help you create authority, even if you're not an expert, if no one's ever heard of you, or maybe you're an affiliate and you're using a pen name. And you know, I know a lot of you guys that are doing affiliate marketing are trying to set up different email sequences in different niches for different offers and sort of systematically test your strategy. So this will work even if you're making up a pen name or a persona, if you're doing our free traffic methods. It's just the fastest and most effective way that we found to build trust and authority, and most importantly, create a surge, a feeding frenzy of buyers. And it's a little bit different than the way we used to do email marketing. So we're going to show you what we mean by that. This is pretty much what has allowed us as guys with relatively small lists compared to a lot of other larger affiliates and marketers. This is what's allowed us to punch above our weight and sell a lot more than you would think we could do with the size of our list. And I know a lot of people think they can't make big money in email marketing unless they have a big list, but we're kind of proving that that's not true. This sequence kind of allows you to harness the power of your list and focus it to sell something and get a lot bigger results than you might get normally. And we have this picture of an ant here because it's, if you don't know, ants are known for having the ability to lift, 100 times their body weight. They're incredibly strong for their size. And this is going to do the same thing for your list and allow even a small list to make very good money. So it's kind of the secret to creating those big marketing wins that you've maybe seen, or you've seen other people online having a lot of success. And in the past, up here on the top, this is what it looked like when we were sending out daily emails. It's kind of the traditional, the way that we were taught to do email marketing on YouTube by our mentors, by every expert out there that teaches email marketing. Most of them teach build a list, send them daily emails, and keep building your list and sending emails. And it's not that that doesn't work. It's just that it doesn't work as consistently, or it works consistently. It just doesn't create a big hit. You might make a little bit of money here and there. It's this graph up top where every day you make a few sales. And if you happen to catch someone on your list at the right time and they're interested and you have a really good sales pitch, then a few hundred people will click to the page and maybe one or two will buy. And it makes income. But it doesn't make this huge surge that you see down here. And when we started using the sequence, that's when we started seeing big spikes in our sales. And most excitingly, it's something that we're able to reproduce and do repeatedly over and over. So the spike that you see down there is maybe 1 week of emailing using the sequence. And every week you'll see another big spike like that, no matter what you're selling or who you're selling it to. It's just a way of getting a much bigger impact from the same products and the same list. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. So, just make sure we're still live here. Don't know if we are.
Just checking in on our tech stuff. We're definitely live on YouTube.
All right, good. And feel free to post your questions on here, and we'll take a break from this in a second and answer them.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, good.
Cool.
So, we're calling this our secret weapon. It's actually not a secret. That's why I have it in quotes there. It's actually an old school marketing technique that's been around for at least 20 years. Since the internet was invented, since email marketing first started, this has been known and used, but it's something that people have kind of forgotten about in favor of newer, sexier things. And almost no one that knows about this really knows the full power of how to leverage it and use it, which is exciting because once you find out, as we're going to show you later in this video, it's in a lot of big businesses outside of email marketing. Some of the biggest businesses in the world use this same sequence to sell whatever they're selling. And so you've probably been exposed to this pretty much every week that you've been alive, and you just weren't aware of what was happening. So it's predictable, it's repeatable, it's flexible to any niche or offer that you're selling. And even though it's very compelling and it drives a lot of sales, but I want to stress that it's also really ethical and really transparent. Your list could know that you're using the sequence, and it doesn't matter. People can know what you're doing and they'll still respond and they'll still be excited to buy from you. It works the same every time. And since we started using this, even after the sequence is over, we're still getting people emailing us, asking us if it's too late to buy. So we're going to do a series of videos for you guys. This is the first one. We're going to do a few more after this. And we're going to tell you how we discovered this sequence. We're going to teach you the exact sequence and why it works so well every time so you can use it in your business. And in this video, really we want to tell you where this came from and how we came up with it, how we used it, and what it's going to do for you and for your business, and how it's different from some of the stuff you may have learned in the past or heard about, or even some of the stuff that we've talked about in the past, because we just started really testing and fine-tuning this a few months ago. So a few months ago, this was a representation of our income from various lists. This graph you see here, just a representation, not a screenshot or anything, but it's what happens when you do the traditional way of emailing and you build your list and you mail them every day or periodically every few days and try to sell something. You make a few sales every time you mail, but it's pretty steady and sometimes up and down. And really the results that you get are small and incremental and sometimes unpredictable. And I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, a few months ago, before I really tapped into the power of this sequence, my income was so unpredictable and so sporadic, as you see here. I was pretty much still just trying to make rent every month and get by, just to make a living. I would wake up every day feeling anxious, feeling very fearful about my future and my income. I didn't have a whole lot of control. And the worst part was I was working my ass off as hard as I knew how to do. And so all of my work was taking up pretty much all of my time, and it wasn't producing bigger and bigger results for that time. It was just kind of a steady trickle of income month to month, and it never grew. It never got any bigger. And, I don't know about you guys, but we didn't get into internet marketing just to make small money and just barely get by. And I don't think you did either if you're watching this. We got into internet marketing to make big money, and we're not afraid to work hard. We're happy if we need to apply ourselves and really work hard at something, we will. But have you ever had the experience of working really hard at something and really applying yourself and still not really seeing any big wins? It's frustrating and sometimes downright depressing to know that you're working your ass off every day, but you're not really moving the needle. And there are a lot of things you may have found in your business that no matter how hard you work, it just moves the needle a little bit each time. And it's so slow and progressive. And at the rate that you're going with that, I was looking at my future thinking, at this rate, it's going to take several more years before I get to where I want to be. And that's really not exciting and kind of depressing. And meanwhile, we're seeing other people that we know, people online, that are getting these big home runs, these big marketing wins. And we're like, when are we going to break through? When are we going to have that home run? And that's why we're making this video, because we did. We found a great breakthrough. And just like some things move the needle slowly and just a little bit each time, this email sequence is one of those things that just works, and it works fast, shockingly fast. We're not saying this is get rich quick. You do have to have a list. You have to be smart enough to learn about your audience and really apply yourself. It does take work, but it's high leverage work. It's the kind of work that the more effort you put in, the more exponential the results are that you get. It just harnesses the power of your list in a really great way, which is exciting. And so this is us a few months ago, sort of asking ourselves, how are we going to get that breakout success? How are we going to go from just hitting these base hits every day to just smacking it out of the park, hitting a freaking home run where we go from one level to a week or two later making a big surge in income, and then a week or two later repeating that again and again and again? How do you not just hit a home run, but hit a home run consistently, hit home runs, every time you come up to the plate? And I know a lot of you have asked about this. How do you do it without pissing people off or annoying them or being too salesy or too pushy or trying too hard to just drive sales and burning out your list, which a lot of people do, and it's a big mistake. So we're going to tell you the story of what happened for us in a second, but we wanted to make this video also just to really drive home the point that you really need to focus in your business on getting big wins and not just the small incremental gains. And no one ever told me this, and I don't think a lot of people talk about it enough, that you really need those big wins, at the very least for your confidence as a business owner, as a marketer, to give you momentum. We all know that everything takes hard work, and you gotta wake up and hustle and really, nose to the grindstone, make it happen. But like I said, when you do that every day and you still aren't moving the needle, it can get really discouraging, and it can feel like, I remember you told me the other day how it felt like you were doing everything you knew you were supposed to do. And I was too, but it still just felt like running on a hamster wheel and not getting anywhere. You know what I mean?
And additionally, you think, well, if this works for the people who taught the course, works for the people that I see in these groups that are getting results, why isn't it working for me?
Exactly.
That's how I felt.
Yeah, it's frustrating to see other people posting their results, getting excited, talking about all this money they're making, and being like, well, I made some money, but I'm not excited about it. I mean, honestly, I was making okay money, but you got to pay rent. I got to pay for my car. I've got to catch up on taxes that I have not been able to keep up with since starting my own business. The IRS doesn't stop, mailing you.
Yeah. They've got a sequence.
And when you get a big win, your whole mentality changes, and you start to get really excited about your business, and it gets easier. It gets so much easier. You get confidence, you get momentum. You realize that, you don't just watch other people have success. This is real proof that you can actually have big success with your list, your business. You get a maximum ROI, and not just on money if you're paying for ads, but on your time. the maximum results for your time. And you get that positive reinforcement that, hey, I did it today, I can do it again. I can do it again. And you start to get really excited and build this momentum. And once you start winning, the next win falls down a lot easier and a lot easier. And like I said earlier, I was living kind of anxious and afraid all the time. And this gave me a lot of freedom from that, so that I can focus on not just how am I going to eat this month, but what am I excited to do? What do I get to do? I don't know about you guys, but when I'm struggling and making just that small incremental, a little bit every day, I go to buy a plane ticket to see my family, and I've got to find like the cheapest flight on the cheapest day and sit in the way back of the plane because that's all I could afford to spend just to see my family. And I've got to get the cheapest thing on the menu when I go out to eat because I can't treat myself, And when my friends want to go on trips, I got to say, sorry guys, I can't afford that right now. I got to focus on my business. And we're all willing to sacrifice for our business, but there's only so many months in a row you can do that before you're just like, man, if I'm working this hard, I'm still broke. Something's wrong. So here's what made the difference. I'm not trying to depress you guys. Just if you've ever struggled, trust me, we get it.
Yeah.
But here's what made the difference. There was an affiliate contest in one of my lists last month in the men's dating niche. Some of you guys have heard of this already. I've told this story. There's an affiliate mailing contest where this one company said for all of our products, the commissions are increased for this time period during the contest. There will be big prize money to the people who finish in the top 5, and over 30 major affiliates were participating in this contest. And if you've ever done an affiliate contest before, are we still working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Checking on the mics. You can never check your mics too many times to make sure that they're working. But if you've ever done, you want to click to the next one there? If you've ever done an affiliate contest, it's just a period of time where who can make the most sales in, this one was 14 days. So it starts on one day, ends on the next, out of the gates, let's go. Who can make the most sales? Well, I was up against some pretty big fish. My list in that niche last month was 4,500 people. And their lists, many of them were over hundreds of thousands. And in the past, I'd mail for this product. I've been in these contests before, and I thought, hey, I'm just happy to be here, guys. Thanks for letting me mail for you. I can't wait to make a few sales. And I'd make decent money. But this time, I was frustrated enough to say, fuck it. Let's see if I can win this thing. I don't know how, but I've learned a lot the past year. Brad's taught me a lot. Let's try something different. Game on, bitches. Let's do this. Let's see what we can do. So obviously in that situation, I need to do something different. I can't just do the same thing that everyone else is doing. And every other affiliate, by the way, I know this for a fact because I work with a lot of them and I used to run a lot of their lists. So I'm not just guessing. I know their strategy. Every other affiliate in this contest is relying on sheer size and numbers to drive sales. Their lists are huge. They're just going to mail every day during the contest window and pick up a lot of sales because they're so big. And I couldn't play that game. I had no chance of winning if I played the same game that everyone else was playing. So I needed something different. And Brad, at the time, was playing around with a tactic that's very old school. You may have heard of it before. It's been around since the dawn of the internet. It's kind of out of the old school marketing book. It's kind of a secret weapon. And I say secret because it's not really a secret. You probably heard of this, but you probably didn't know how powerful it could be. Everyone that we've ever learned from or talked to in marketing talks about this technique, but they don't really know how to use it. They think they do. They think they're doing it right, but they're doing maybe 30% of what they could. Yeah. So most people we know take it for granted. They think they know what it is, but very few people know how to really dive in. And we actually just sat down and read an entire book on how to use this and really dove in and followed it to the letter and then started experimenting and making it our own. So how is this different? We mentioned this before, but the tried and true method that everybody teaches on how to do email marketing, and it's the simplest, and it's a good way to get started, is grow your list, send them daily one-off broadcast emails that sell something. And if you just keep doing that and keep growing your list, you'll make money, and it is scalable. Our method is sequential emails. So instead of just today we're selling this, tomorrow we're selling this, the next day we're selling this, there is a sequence that instead of just selling a product, it builds up to the sale in a specific order that builds a buzz and builds excitement and authority and passion and trust and scarcity. And it hits all of these triggers that cause people to buy. And the beautiful thing is, when you do it in the right order, you don't have to be that good at selling. It really takes copywriting skill and salesmanship out of the equation, especially if you're doing affiliate stuff. You don't have to write the sales copy. You really just need to put the emails together in the right sequence that kind of hit the right mental buttons in your audience. And I mean, by the time the sales card opened and I sent the email that said, hey, you guys should buy this, it really was as straightforward as saying, hey, that product I told you about is available now. Here's where to get it. Good luck. There's no salesmanship at all. It was just like, do you want this? Here you go. But because of the build-up, well, let's just show you. Results. Massive spike in sales. You can see how there's pretty much nothing because I'm not, the first couple days of the sequence, I'm actually not selling anything. I'm building up to it. And then big spike in sales. In 1 week, I got 9 times the results I normally get. I'm selling an offer that my list has seen for at least the last 2 years. I've been doing this. I've been growing this list for 2 years. They have seen this offer many, many, many times. And I thought it was tired and old. And this just revived it and focused their attention and got a ton more people to buy in the same time frame. And I'm still getting emails occasionally from people saying, is it too late to buy? Did I miss the window? Also, what happened in the contest? I wish I could tell you guys I won first. My ego would very much like to brag right now and say that I beat everyone. But I got 4th place, which is still amazing when you consider that this list goes down beyond 10. There were over 30 people in this contest. And let's see. The first place finisher, massive, massive list. One of the industry leaders. 2nd place, not as big, but still pretty big. I know her personally. She's a great marketer. 3rd place, huge. And here's me at 4th place. That's me. They misspelled my name, but that's it. Jumped into 4th place. The thing I'm most proud of, number 5, my old employer. I know they have at least 100,000 people or plus that they were mailing to. Pretty excited that I beat them. And down, so on and so forth down the list. I know 90% of those people, they're very good marketers. Their lists are very large. Super excited that I placed as high as I did. And I got some prize money, which I've never won a prize in a contest, which only went to the top 5 people. So made a lot of money, but more importantly, proved that this sequence could deliver really big results really fast. And what we wanted to find out next was, can we repeat the same results? You know, was this just a fluke? Did I just get lucky? Was it, you know, the holiday season and people really hot to buy, or somehow they'd never seen this offer? Or was this something that we could control, or was it luck? So we just kept repeating the same sequence with different offers. So the next week I tried a different offer, same results. Totally different offer. These are affiliate offers, by the way. Brad did the same sequence with a different offer in a different niche, same results. At this point, we've tried it with 4 affiliate offers, 3 of our own offers in 3 different niches. And we're really excited because it's working the same way almost every time, which means it's repeatable, it's predictable. And just like you saw that spike in sales, well, imagine seeing that every week. Every time you find a new offer, imagine being able to create a big spike and then do it again and do it again. Your income goes way up, your business is very happy, and it just feels really good to be winning like that. So we made this video to talk about it, and at this point we're pretty much done with that old way of emailing where you send off one-off emails every day. It just doesn't produce a big enough bang for your buck, especially now that we found this. It's not a one-time spike. It is repeatable. It doesn't depend on you being a good copywriter or good at sales or having a lot of experience. And it's honest and transparent. Like, even if your list knows what you're doing, they still want to pay attention and they still want to buy. It freaking works. So we're calling this the golden sequence. And if you want to learn exactly how it works and how you can implement it in your business, just comment below this video and use the hashtag email marketing, just to let, you know, we're on Facebook and YouTube right now. So just to let them know that this is something you're interested in. We can maybe boost this video, get in front of some more people, and just to let us know that you'd like us to make another video and we'll teach you the whole sequence for free. Just a video like this where we just walk you through the exact sequence and tell you how it works on YouTube, on Facebook. If we get enough responses, we'll do another video and teach it to you guys. And interestingly enough, I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but this is actually something you're more familiar with than you realize. This is something that you've been seeing many, many times, pretty much every week of your adult life, and it usually happens to you on Friday. So what happens on Friday? Well, the work week is over, people go out to have fun, but more interestingly, every Friday, movies get released. That's why we're also calling this the box office secret. And again, secret in quotation marks, because it's right there in the open for anyone that cares to look. You've probably noticed that every major Hollywood movie comes out on a Friday, and that's not a coincidence. Friday is a part of their sequence, and they don't just launch a movie on Friday and say, it's out now, go see it. Hey, The Dark Knight is available if you want it. Here you go.
Yeah.
They start building up to it months in advance. They do previews and sneak previews, and they build a buzz. And by the time they launch a big movie, every Friday, people are lining up ready to see that movie. And they know that it's going to be a hit. Even if it's not the best movie ever, they will follow this formula every Friday until movies are no longer a thing, because it works. And it's been working for the last 100 years. That's how Hollywood creates smash hits every week. That's how they create a buzz. That's how they get us lining up to buy pretty much. I mean, if you've seen one movie, you've seen them all, you know? I mean,
like comic book movies is a great example.
Yeah, there is a formula.
You have seen them all.
The movie follows a formula. The marketing of the movie absolutely follows a formula. Not just movies, too. They do it with music CDs that come out. They do it with anything that they want to promote. And that's how they get you lining up to buy. And when you go to the movies, you're not always going to be surprised if it's kind of formulaic and it's the same thing you've seen before. But that doesn't mean you're not happy and excited to go see the next Iron Man or the next Avengers, you know? You know what it's going to be, but you're still happy and excited to buy it every time. That's what I mean when I say it's ethical and transparent. No one's lying to you. No one's like tricking you into seeing this movie. You're excited to see it. But they are following a formula, and you see they're following a formula. But it's not offensive to you because it's done well. Interestingly enough, it's not just the film industry. It's pretty much every major industry that knows how to market and sell. If you've ever gotten excited in the fall to get a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, they were using the sequence on you. If you got excited when the McRib comes back to McDonald's, they used the sequence on you. If you're excited for Game of Thrones coming out in 2019, which I know I am, they're using a sequence on you. And when that launch date comes out, when they say Game of Thrones just dropped on HBO, check it out, you're going to be at your TV ready to go, and you will be excited weeks in advance. Toyotathon, they do it every Christmas season, every holiday season. Toyotathon is on. We've all heard of it. We see the ads. They repeat it every year. It never stops. It's a sequence. They're using it. Every major industry that you know of has a proven sequence for selling. It's not just a one-time thing that they do. They have a sequence, an order of events. And all these examples we gave you, and hundreds more, are just some variation of the same formula for creating hits, for creating a smash hit. And we're using that formula in our email marketing. We've come up with our own version of it, specifically applied to selling products on the internet with email lists, because email gives you control, so that you can control the sequence of emails that you send. By the way, you can automate this as well. We do it live, but we can also, once we've done a live sequence, we can then put that into an automated sequence and just let it ride. So, final question. Is this sequence something you would like to learn from us? We've gotten a lot of questions already and a lot of interest. We're going to stick around now and answer all your guys' questions on Facebook, on YouTube, and just comment below with this hashtag email marketing, just to boost this video and get it in front of more people and to let us know that you're interested. And in the next video, we're going to teach you this exact sequence completely. So let's answer some questions.
Cool, yeah. All right.
I'll just keep this up here.
I think I'm going to turn off this thing. So, no, wait. I want to do only this thing, turn off my screen.
So Patrick asked, can this be set up to run on autopilot? Absolutely. And I know you're doing affiliate marketing, Patrick. You can absolutely use this to sell any affiliate product and systemize it repeatably. We're going to teach you how to do that.
So now that I got my screen, I'm going to go back to checking out some questions. All right. On YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Yep. Okay, cool. So we got Wolf Warrior says, hi. What's up, Wolf Warrior?
What up?
Viking Marketer. I believe you're watching us on both right now. That's Patrick, I think.
Mm-hmm. Right
yo, guys, where should I watch? Yeah, both. Oh, Redneck
Redneck
Reviews says
what
both.
up?
Viking Marketer, LOL. Freedom Hustler. Hashtag email marketing. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Wolf Warrior, there's no place below to make comments. Do you mean use the live screen? And then
Yes.
you said email marketing. Yeah, good point. If you're watching this later after it's recorded, there might be a place below. But good point. Sorry about that.
Thanks.
We're also we're also live on Facebook. So if you're watching on Facebook, you should be able to comment below. But thank you for the hashtag email marketing, Wolf Warrior.
Yes, absolutely.
Ancient Gains, Seth Cardo says, what do you think about Autoresponder Madness by Andre Chaperone?
It's decent. It's a little bit old and outdated. Although I don't know if he updates it every year, to be honest. We were talking about this the other day, how that was a huge hit when email automation first became a thing. There's a big wave to learn automation. Not knocking it at all. We use a different strategy.
I will say that Autoresponder Madness was the first email marketing program I ever took, and it dramatically made my email writing better at the time. So
cool.
We definitely appreciate what Andre did for the industry.
Yeah, he's awesome. And I don't know if he updates that every year, so if he does, it's probably really good right now.
Right.
It's definitely one of the most popular products out there. I didn't like it personally for my business. Not knocking it or saying you shouldn't get it or that anything's wrong with it. I just found it was needlessly complicated.
Cool. Yeah. Do we have any questions on Facebook?
Yep. Patrick just asked, can this be set up to run on autopilot?
Okay.
It absolutely can. And we'll do another video in a few days for you guys, probably on Sunday. And we'll just show you the sequence and show you how you can automate it. Let's see. Yeah, we're happy to stick around and answer questions if you guys are interested. Thanks. You're welcome. Anything you guys want to ask right now, we'll stick around for at least a half an hour and chat it up and talk to you guys. And if not, that's cool. You can look for our next video. Today's Friday, right?
Yes.
So on Sunday, in 2 days.
Yeah.
We're just going to give this video some time to get a lot of views for all of our audiences and have people ask as many questions as they want in the comments that we'll answer. And then we'll come back with another one and show you the sequence.
Have you guys been email marketing? Like, do you resonate with that idea that like you'll make little gains here and there? Maybe you'll make a sale here and there, but it's never something reliable, something that you can trust is actually going to produce the kind of results that you want. I mean, that's definitely something that I was experiencing as I was growing my list, mostly from YouTube. I would try to promote things here and there, and sometimes I'd make a sale, but it was never that impressive. It was like, okay, I was getting up to 500 and then 1,000 people, and I thought 1,000 people, I should be able to make some sales from that, and it was pretty disheartening actually. I was like, there's 1,000 people on here that were interested in marketing, and I'm trying to like talk about marketing products, and maybe I would make one sale. And it was really disheartening until I learned this sequence, and it seriously completely changed the game. It completely changed my results. It was crazy. Made the most money I've ever made in a day, and then I made the most money I've ever made in a month, and then I did it again the following month because I had this sequence now. It wasn't just like trying to randomly come up with something to talk about today. There was a formula to follow. There was a sequence to follow, and when I did that, the results were incredible. Freedom Hustler says, I haven't started yet, haven't built a list yet, or you haven't started marketing to them yet. I see you in a lot of groups.
Hell yeah.
JM says, I've been email marketing for 18 years. Cool.
Hey, right on.
Welcome. What's your favorite book or program that taught you the most about email marketing, JM?
Yeah, and how's it going for you? Patrick says it's way too damn technical. I think he's talking about autoresponder madness.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
He's also said, I'd like to know how Brad Osborne's doing on Builderall.
Yeah, I'll probably be talking about that in the next couple weeks or something. Mm-hmm. So
hell yeah.
Stay tuned.
Haven't started an email marketing list. Cool. Well, we've got a ton of videos on how to start a list and build it.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this sequence that we've been playing around with is as we're building our lists now, the first thing that everyone sees when they get on our list is they'll be put through a sequence.
Yep.
You know, we'll automate at least the first 7 days. We don't like to automate everything. You know, it is important that people know they're talking to someone real and that it's current and it's not something you did like 10 years ago and just automated. It's also better for deliverability to not automate everything. But you get a lot of leverage off automating a sequence when you first put someone into your list and they're the most active. And this is a great sequence where, especially for you guys that are buying traffic and you need to be able to measure your ROI on ads. You know, I spent X on ads. At what point do I make my money back? When do I break even? Can I start making a profit? This sequence will get you there a lot faster than just mailing one off. JM says, my mentors were Mark Joyner, Dr. Joe Vitale, Ben Settle, and the late, great Gary Halbert. Some big names. Really like it, man.
Yeah.
I like that you said the late, great. You know, he was amazing.
He's still one of the most influential marketers since he's passed. Like,
yeah, we have a lot of his books. The Boron Letters was amazing.
Yeah.
Ben Settle, also amazing. One of the top guys in email marketing. Interestingly enough.
You ever check this one out?
What's that? Breakthrough Advertising. Eugene Short's also an incredible book that it's kind of like our Bible. We refer to it a lot. Let's see. Patrick says, give it to us then. We will.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're just gauging interest. This is the first video. If nobody watched this video or commented, we wouldn't bother. But we've gotten a great response, so we're pretty excited to share this with you. And we're going to prepare a whole nother presentation like this and definitely give you the sequence. We won't tease you, I promise. I mean, I'm teasing you right now, Patrick, but only because it's fun. And you'll be excited when we drop this next video. No teasing. We will give you the sequence. What else? Subscribed.
Gary AD Marketing says subscribe.
Right on.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Thanks.
Happy to have you here. If you have any questions, we're just sticking around and
cool.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask it in the chat, and we can talk about anything marketing related, whatever you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Prefer email marketing, but
absolutely,
you know, honestly, if you just want to ask us any questions, go for it.
Yep. So we got a new joiner, Kim Fang. Join. Welcome. Good to see you.
What's up? Welcome.
Just finished your presentation on email marketing, a cool sequence that we're coming up with and sharing with you guys next. Feel free to ask any questions, anything you want about email marketing. And let's see.
Gary AD Marketing says, I'll watch on Sunday and have questions then probably. Awesome. Excited to see you there. I'm just getting into email marketing now. It's a great time to be getting in. We've got some good free videos on email marketing too you want to check out?
Yeah, we did some free videos like a month ago on how to start building your list, how our strategy for, you know, consistent income, and we actually gave away another email sequence at the end of that. Mm-hmm. We gave away like 7 emails that sell. Mm-hmm. This is something different that's even more exciting.
LJ Hansmeyer says, I'm just getting into email marketing with a few different affiliate programs. My biggest hurdle thus far is finding good email content that sells. Oh, man. Or
all right.
Woman, I'm not sure. But whoever you are.
LJ,
you're going to love this. It's going to be awesome. Definitely taking our results to a very, very good level. Gary AD Marketing says, I'll go back and check that out. Yeah, so you're watching on my YouTube channel. We did those videos on my YouTube channel, so go ahead and look for email marketing on my YouTube channel, and you should be able to find those.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty in-depth training.
He said I'll go back and check that out. Right on. Arthur joined. What's up, Arthur?
Hey,
welcome.
Arthur.
We just wrapped up a presentation, but we're here answering questions if you're interested. Patrick says, that's not nice to tease. That's probably something you talk about in the seduction niche. Yes, you're right. As you know, I'd like to know how to find better content for the emails. Cool. I'll make a note of that, and we'll include some tips on that in the next video. Not just the sequence, but like how to get the content. Although it really depends on what you're selling. We just got 2 questions simultaneously about how to find content for emails. If you're doing affiliate stuff, then you want to get used to going through the sales copy of the stuff you're selling. And we might do another video separately on how to do that. Like if you're selling an affiliate offer, you need to know the offer and really not just what it is, but you got to dive into the sales copy and know what to pull out. And that will provide content for emails for you that has already been kind of figured out by the person who created the product. So we can show you how to break down a VSL or a sales letter and say, here are the top 5 bullets that I'm going to pull out, and that's content for your emails. If you have your own products, start with the same thing, but with your own sales copy. Like, what are you selling? What are the most intriguing points of it? What are the benefits? What are the pain points that it solves? That's all content for emails. So we'll do more videos on that. It's good to know that you guys want to know that. We'll help you out.
LJ Hansmeyer says, well done with the name, man. Yeah, I speak German, so it looks like a German name. So, yeah, and LJ is a man.
Right on.
Just in case you're wondering. JM says, I'm looking forward to see what you guys have come up with. Keep up the inspiring work. Thank you so much. That's an awesome thing to say. I like the word inspiring. And, we do it because we have found out that there are so many people out there that are so cool. It's so fun to hang out with you. And here, we both kind of spent the last year getting, as we like to call it, entrepreneur-lonely. Just working, in our apartment on our separate endeavors and just kind of each checking in every once in a while and being like, hey, how are things going? Great, whatever. And then we found that actually, reaching out, putting stuff out there and interacting with other marketers, other business people and helping them and you guys help us. It's just been so much more fun. So
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for being a part of this.
LJ says, I'm sorry I may have missed it. When's the next live chat with the sequences? Sunday. I'm not sure what time. We'll figure out, maybe Sunday afternoon. If you want to subscribe on YouTube, we have a new channel, or we're in our Facebook. We're putting it out on so many channels.
Yeah.
We'll do the same thing here.
You can look up RebelFortune on YouTube. We'll probably, for the lives, we'll probably use this channel too, so the Nomad Brad. And
yeah. So Sunday, we're going to do the same thing here. We'll go live again and deliver a presentation and answer questions.
We also have a Facebook group I just posted in the chat that you're free to join if you haven't joined yet, where we just talk about email marketing. So rebelfortune.com/group. Check that out.
So Matt has a question. He said, Conor, I'd love to get on your email list to see how email marketing is done and how to write copy. I think I'm on Brad's and I'm learning behind the scenes. Is it beneficial to join an email list to see how they market to you? Hell yes, it is. And I will type below how to get on our list right now. It's just rebelfortune.com. Michelle says, thank you both for sharing and teaching us. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Joseph just joined. Welcome. Appreciate it. Just talking about email marketing, answering any questions you guys have for the next few minutes. For those of you on YouTube too, if you just go to rebelfortune.com, that's our main opt-in right now. So you can get on our list. And yeah, I'm going to be doing another dating launch next week. So if you guys are interested, I can tell you how to get on that list if you want to see how I'm doing it.
Gary says, what do you guys think of story emails?
Ooh, they're great. Story emails are awesome. Definitely, was Gary the one who said he'd been doing it for 20 years?
No.
Okay, that was someone else.
I think Gary's just getting started.
Okay, story emails are great. There's a right and a wrong way to do stories. They're probably one of the most effective ways to sell things, but they're sometimes more nuanced and hard to do right. But the best advice I can give you for stories is tell stories that directly relate to the pain or the desires of your target audience. A lot of people get into email marketing and they think they need to write stories, but they just write stories about themselves that aren't relevant to their audience. They're not dialed in on what their audience cares about or what their audience wants. But if you can tell a story that really speaks to the pain of your audience, I just mentioned that I did an affiliate contest in the men's dating niche. And I've been in that niche for a long time as a salesman and as a customer. And just as a guy who was single and trying to meet girls. So I know very intimately the kind of pain and insecurity that guys feel in certain situations. And I can speak to it and I can tell stories about it that really gets their attention and makes them feel like I'm in their head, because I kind of am. So if you're going to tell stories, take the time first to really get to know your audience and tell stories that you know they can relate to. Let's see.
Got one here.
Cool. We'll just go back and forth, I guess.
Yeah.
Patrick says, by the way, I might do a screen share plus face video in the inner circle to hear if my English is okay. If there is some with my totality and my looks, currently feeling like something the cat wouldn't even bother with. Oh, buddy.
Oh, man, we've all been through that.
He said, oh, your tonality. We've all been through that. And, man, feel free to post anything, and we will give you as much feedback as we can. We're happy to help.
We have a private mentoring group for the RebelFortune Inner Circle. So that's what Patrick's talking about.
Yeah.
So LJ says, cool, thanks a lot. Been looking around for a while now, and something about you guys has me more excited about this new venture than anyone else. I look forward to learning more from you guys. Thank you. That's so awesome of you to say as well. Really appreciate you being a part of this. That it's weird to me, having gone from nobody knew who I was at all a year ago, and for the most of the year still nobody did, and now all of a sudden, you know, there's people saying that they've been watching for a long time, and now that Connor and I have been doing stuff together, it just seems to be getting a really good response. And it always means a lot to hear that it's having a positive, you know, impact on your business and your life. So really appreciate you saying that. Gary says, don't let these women cause you pain, LOL.
Yeah, we know that all too well. Cool, let's see. More questions. Oh, I gotta refresh this page here. All right. Anyone else on Facebook, feel free to ask your questions. If not, I know we've been talking for a while here, so we might wrap up if nobody has any more questions. But just to recap, it looks like there's a big interest to learn the sequence, so we're excited, and we're going to share it with you on Sunday.
Yep.
And on Facebook, so we've been playing around with strategies on the Facebook group for doing lives and trying to get more views. We just learned recently that even though we have a lot of subscribers in our Facebook group, not everyone sees what we post, and so we've got to really generate the interest and get it engaged. Cheryl says, I love this group. It's the only group I've gotten valuable information and being taught what to do without always having to buy something. You got it, Cheryl.
Appreciate that.
Although I will be honest with you, Cheryl, we do plan to sell you lots of things, but you're going to love it. And even if you don't buy, you'll love our sales pitches. But we found that the best way to sell something is to first establish that we're good. We know what we're talking about. And this is fun for us. Thanks for being in the group. We like having you here as well. And yeah, for all you guys that are doing your own email lists, you know, most people aren't ever going to buy from you, but they'll still stick around and really enjoy your valuable content and the stuff that you share. And the people that do buy are going to be really excited to buy from you. So we're happy to share. And like Brad said, once we started working together, things just got a lot better for us and happened a lot faster. And then we started sharing it with this YouTube channel, this Facebook group. We just started a new YouTube channel today with all of our joint projects that's already blowing up. So this is fun for us, and we're happy to be here.
JM says, what do you guys think about informational versus CTA-focused emails versus infotainment-type emails?
Ooh, good question. So I don't know what you mean by informational versus infotainment. I think infotainment is a term I heard from Ben Settle, which is like a combination of informational and entertaining. And CTA sounds like call to action, like, hey, buy this, you know, like a promo, like a heavy pitch. Well, my answer is a lot different now than it would have been before we knew the sequence. The sequence that we're going to teach you guys on Sunday kind of has a little bit of all of that in a specific order. So informational, which I take to mean we're going to teach you something, but we're not selling anything today, just content only. the first few emails in the sequence. And by the way, we're probably going to teach you guys a version of the sequence that is 6 days, but it's actually really flexible. You could do 3 days, you could do 5 days, you could do 12, you could do 20 days. It really depends. So we're going to teach you one version of it. But in that version, the first couple days are just pure information. There is no selling. But it's not just information for the sake of information. Like, hey, let me teach you this one
content
thing.
emails.
It's not a goodwill email.
Oh,
I hate when people do that.
Yeah.
My clients used to have me do it. It's basically just they were sending non-sales emails because they were afraid to sell things. The information that we send in this sequence is specifically calculated to sell them on the idea of the product that you have and teach them why they need it and why it's so valuable, so that by the time you get to the CTA emails of, hey, buy this now, they're already sold. They're already excited to buy before you tell them it's available. It's kind of, the movie metaphor is the best thing we can use to describe it. Is there's a preview, there's a build up. By the time the call to action comes, hey, go buy this, they already have their credit card out. Like, I hope I get it. I hope I can buy this. So it starts with informational, moves into CTA. And we try to put some infotainment in everything just to keep it fun and fresh and not boring and dry. Someone just asked about story emails, and that's a great way to do that. Instead of just a straight up sales pitch or straight up information, tie it up into an inspiring or an interesting story that your audience can relate to. RebelFortune is the new YouTube channel.
Gary says, I just joined the group waiting on approval. Okay. He's talking about our free group on Facebook for email marketers.
I'll approve you right after we're done with this.
Yep. Got a lot of people joining that group. It's really exciting. A lot of really cool, great questions, great content. Just a really great group of people.
Cheryl says, that's fine. It makes me want to buy when the time comes. Great. Yeah, we're never going to push things on you and try to force you to buy it. But we're just going to charm and influence the hell out of you. And even if you don't buy, we love having you here anyways. Patrick says, yeah, Facebook had overpowered their groups and it ended up hurting their plan with making money from people owning the fan pages. So they changed their algorithm, bastards. Well, that's the problem with using other platforms, is that whenever they change their algorithm, you got to adjust. But interestingly enough, email lists give you the most control.
Yeah.
Patrick says they're basically breaking their mouse button, pushing old ladies aside to buy it. Oh, yeah, when we build up to the sale, people are breaking their mouse, pushing old ladies aside because I have to buy this product.
How's your mouse, Patrick? Patrick has purchased one of our products, and
well,
apparently his mouse suffered.
Yeah. Well, we'll throw in that as a bonus.
We had a really good friend who is actually an amazing email copywriter as well, and he loved buying information products, and he always had this phrase of throwing the credit card at the screen.
Yeah,
like he was the first person I met who he loved buying any information about anything, and he's like, by the time I didn't even know there was a product yet, and I was already throwing my credit card at the screen.
Right.
He's an amazing copywriter too.
Yeah, he is.
But I love that image, and I always think of that. Like whenever I'm like really excited to buy something, I'm just thinking about throwing my credit card at the screen.
Come on, give me. I don't care. Take my money. Let's see. JM says, do you pay attention to your open and click-through rates with those sequence emails? If I'm asking too many questions, let me know. Not trying to steal anyone's thunder. Great content, though. Appreciate it. Not at all. We're happy to answer questions. Thank you. LJ also said thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Not too many questions. We're happy to sit here for another, I don't know, at least 10 minutes. I mean, it's been almost an hour. But do we pay attention to open and click-through rates with the sequence emails? Yeah. But it's definitely not the end-all, be-all. The most important thing is how many sales did you make? And so, obviously, more opens and more clicks means more eyeballs on what you're talking about and what you're eventually selling. We do pay attention to them, but most importantly, and we covered this in one of our other videos, most importantly, we pay attention to our ROI. So right now, for example, we're buying traffic on Facebook to grow an email list, and then we're going to put them through this sequence. So the open rates do matter. The click-through rates do matter. But what's most important is, what do we spend on ads this month, and how many sales did we make, and did we profit? And at what point in the sequence do we profit? So we're measuring ROI. And as long as we're profitable, that's good. And so email open and click rates are like the little knobs and dials that we can adjust to get the ROI up. And especially if there's a problem or we're losing money, we may need to go in and look at it and say, oh, this one email's got a really low click rate. We should change it out. We should change something about the copy. We should test a new headline. But we don't really freak out over that. We mostly obsess over our ad spend and what we make in sales.
JM, do you work with clients? I'm sure your clients, if you do, might ask you similar questions about open rates and click-through rates and such.
Sure, yeah. And sometimes clients care about that a lot. But yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're making them a lot more money, they're always going to be happy.
Yeah. And what's interesting is when we started looking at things in terms of sequences instead of one-off emails, the math changes. So when you're doing one-off emails, every email is kind of its own sales pitch, and you're hoping to make a sale from the one email, or drive clicks to a sales page. And so you're looking at the open rate and click rate and the sales from that email kind of independently, and it can be measured independently. But now that we're doing these scheduled promo sequences, these campaigns in a specific order, it's okay. It doesn't matter as much if some of the emails have a lower open or click or some of them have higher. We're looking at the overall 7-day sequence or 12-day sequence or 3 days. We're looking at the results together and instead of just one off. So it's changed the way that we do marketing, if that makes sense.
LJ says, love the questions, JM. Keep them coming. We do too.
Mm-hmm.
Love those questions.
Yeah, always. Cool. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right. Well, looks like on Facebook, we're pretty good on questions. We've been talking almost an hour, and I think we got what we were looking for, which is to tell a cool story, share this big idea with you guys, and see if you want to learn the sequence. I think that's a big yes.
Yep.
So look for our next video on Sunday, and we'll show you the sequence. We'll give you the 6-day version, and you can take it and use it in your list right away and see how it works. And we look forward to sharing that with you. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you again on Sunday, I hope.
Yep. Patrick says, should I ask more? We're going to let you go for now, Patrick and everyone else on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching and being here and for commenting and hashtagging. And Patrick, go ahead and post what you want in the inner circle, and we'll talk to you in there. Looking forward to it. Everyone else.